Welcome to our channel. Today, take a trip down memory lane with us as we go down the memory lane and revisit some really hilarious moments when celebrities find themselves in embarrassing situations that get caught on camera. Whether because of a slip on the red carpet or perhaps an error in a live show, such occurrences remind us that even the stars we look up to get into situations that are truly embarrassing. So sit back and get ready to chuckle as we revisit some of the most unforgettable and awkward celebrity moments to ever greet the public eye. These are stories as awkward as the realization that you have had spinach in your teeth all day, except they happened live, on TV, with millions of people watching. Jennifer Lawrence's iconic Oscars fall first. We have Jennifer Lawrence, the queen of quirky celebrity moments. Let's be real. Would any list of embarrassing celeb moments be complete without her? All eyes were on Lawrence in 2013, as the much-coveted Best Actress award was within reach when the curtains went up for the Academy Awards. She had been nominated previously as Best Actress for Winter's Bone in 2010, but now gave every impression of being ready to scoop her first Oscar for Silver Linings Playbook, 2012. Lawrence was drop-dead gorgeous in her Dior, oozing old-school Hollywood. But then, as she went to accept her well-deserved trophy, tragedy struck. On her way up the stairs to the stage, her dress got tangled up and caused a tumble in front of the whole world in the theater and the millions watching live on TV. Ouch! Any normal person would have died from mortification at such a fall, but not Jennifer. Standing up and with her trademark humor, she laughed it off, which says the most memorable line when she reached the microphone. "You guys are just standing up because you feel bad that I fell, and that's really embarrassing." She did not allow herself to be flustered. She made that moment iconic. I mean, if one's going to fall in front of millions, might as well do it with an Oscar in hand, am I right? John Travolta's Adele Dazeem moment. It was one of those cringe-worthy moments in Oscars history. Back in 2014, it was a mistake that John Travolta made while introducing Idina Menzel. Menzel was about to perform the hit song Let It Go from the animated film Frozen, which was already a cultural phenomenon in itself, and huge anticipation had already been built up over her performance. Instead, what happened in that moment would go down in internet meme history. As Travolta introduced the star, instead of correctly saying Idina Menzel, he uttered something confusing to audiences: Adele Dazeem. Viewers around the world were bewildered and thought, who's Adele Dazeem? Zrania, while the internet exploded in a mixture of shock and laughs. The viral name flub brought a lot of memes, jokes, and parodies. Professional Menzel didn't allow a little slip-up to faze her, and proceeded to blow the roof off with her singing of the Oscar-winning song Let It Go. While she won accolades for keeping cool under pressure, Travolta's flub was the name on everyone's lips throughout the evening. The days and months that followed continued to have fun with the mistake, but Travolta himself took it rather well. He explained during an interview way back in 2015 that a last-minute change in the teleprompter alongside his nerves accounted for the now infamous name mix-up. The teleprompter said, Adele Dazeem, he said, using the phonetic spelling of Menzel's name as written on the teleprompter, which threw him off and resulted in the memorable mispronunciation. Idina Menzel has taken it all in stride too, even acknowledging the Adele Dazeem incident in performances that followed. As for Travolta, anytime he hears Let It Go, he is probably thinking of his Oscars flub. Still, given the fact that he's laughed it off, well, that turned a truly awful moment into a memorable one within pop culture. Fergie's onstage accident. The more infamous onstage moments included Fergie of the Black Eyed Peas during a performance in 2005. Right in the middle of this electrifying set, Fergie was so caught up in the music and energy of the show that she didn't quite make it to the bathroom in time. As a result, a very noticeable wet spot showed up on her pants, and the footage went viral, making fans' mouths and eyes pretty wide in shock. 208. At that time, Fergie explained that it happened because she was on a very busy schedule and hence was dehydrated. She had done several back-to-back shows without breaks, and hence the pressure for such a moment came right at her face. Instead of canceling the event or allowing the situation to spiral out of hand, Fergie went on and did the said thing quite professionally in front of what was obviously a sad accident. In subsequent interviews, Fergie downplayed the incident, saying it was one of those things that happen when one is performing live on stage and when the performance gets so heated that one can't afford to stop at mid-stride. This response made the situation a little less awkward, and fans also praised her for her serious attitude to finish the show, come what may. Sometimes you really have to grit your teeth and bear it. She certainly did that night anyhow. Steve Harvey's Miss Universe mix-up. The 2015 Miss Universe pageant, hosted by comedian Steve Harvey, was one of those moments in television history. Charged as the host to announce the winner of the competition, Steve Harvey instead did what happened next. An uncomfortably awkward mistake that instantly became one of the most talked about moments of the year. After he had read the card, the winner was proudly announced by Harvey as Miss Columbia. Tearfully, she celebrated her victory as the crown was placed upon her head amidst an explosion of applause. Within just a few short seconds, though, Harvey realized that he had made a huge mistake. 3 o'clock. The actual winner was Miss Philippines, not Miss Columbia. And what made it even worse in his mind was that he had to walk right back out onto the stage and correct the mistake in front of everybody. As he announced the error, the audience was silently stunned in amazement. It was a cue for what can only be described as one of the most uncomfortable moments ever in pageant history. The most painfully awkward handovers of all time had to take place when her crown was whisked off the head of Miss Columbia and given to Miss Philippines. Even the professional Harvey buckled down and immediately accepted full responsibility for his mistake by stating, "I will take responsibility for this." As a matter of fact, at 3:19, he is still deeply apologizing, adding that not only did he make an error, but he would also take responsibility for this. While the move to quickly take ownership over the mistake garnered some respect, it was fairly obvious this was a situation he'd rather sweep under the rug. It went viral in no time, with hundreds of memes and jokes flooding the social media circuit, in fact, even turning into a pop culture reference for embarrassing public mistakes. Harvey even managed to somehow turn that mistake into one of accountability amidst all the awkwardness. Mistakes happen, but owning this one on such a huge stage takes professionalism, even if it came at the cost of one of his most uncomfortable career moments. Mariah Carey's New Year's Eve lip sync fail. If there is one celebrity mishap that would have to be remembered, it would have to be the infamous New Year's Eve performance by Mariah Carey back in 2016. With her diva persona and powerhouse voice, Mariah was all set and ready to amaze in Times Square, with a live performance truly ringing in the new year with style and pizzazz. But due to some technical problems, what was supposed to be a brilliant show became one of the most publicized disasters. From the very beginning of her performance, it was clear that something was not quite right. Soon enough, fans realized that Mariah was lip-syncing, and she wasn't even doing it particularly well. 44. Oftentimes, she didn't even open her mouth, just walking around the stage and talking to the audience as the backing track whined along. Aggravation was written all over her face, and the whole affair became uncomfortable and baffling to anyone who witnessed it in Times Square or on their couches. Later, Carey explained that her in-ear monitors, which performers rely on to discern their own, and the overall sound during live performances weren't working well. Unable to hear the track, she was unable to cue herself, and thus the performance started to go downhill. But most importantly, fans went to social media, and many commented on just how bizarre the whole thing seemed to them. The memes and jokes started flowing, and went viral within seconds of it happening. In spite of the technical issues and public humiliation therein, Mariah still pulled it off in the style to which she has accustomed her adoring public. As she left the stage, she nonchalantly shrugged it all off with her now iconic, "It just doesn't get any better." 410A, diva to the core, Mariah refused to allow this fiasco to tarnish her legacy. Yet for most artists, such a gigantic failure during performance could mean damage to their career. For Mariah, it had been another blip in her very long career of success. Being one of the best-selling artists of all time, she remains loved by her fans. To them, this New Year's Eve incident has only set in stone her status as a pop icon, mishaps and all. It would appear that even the glamorous celebrities have an off day. Those really embarrassing moments are what remind us they are human, just incredibly famous, talented, and glamorous ones. From Jennifer Lawrence's Oscar tumble to Steve Harvey's Miss Universe gaffe, the list goes on, amply providing us with some good laughs, a pointer that nobody is perfect, not even under the spotlight. Next time that you are in one of those really awkward moments, just remember, if Jennifer Lawrence can trip up on the Oscars red carpet and laugh her way out of it, then so can you. Thanks for watching. We sure hope you had as much fun on this little journey down memory lane as we did with the various cute and cringe-worthy celebrity moments. If you enjoyed your laugh, subscribe to our channel, give us a thumbs up, and drop a comment below. Share the video with your buddies since, well, who doesn't love watching some other poor bloke fail miserably for all the right reasons? Catch you on the flip side.